Hey everyone, this is Carol J. Dunlop, your online WOW strategist and number one best-selling international author for Amazon. So how are you doing today? I'm not going to say it's Friday, it is Thursday. I always get the days mixed up, but I'm good today. So I hope you are good. Coming on today with this is a training of some information that you can use to actually get yourself out there and start being the authority that you always knew you could be in your field, your niche, your industry. Now, I've been talking about authority all week. On my YouTube Live, I talked about authority marketing and how I got the book from Adam Whitty called Authority Marketing. He had 7 pillars of your authority marketing blueprint in there, and I went over those. If you want to see it, you can go to my YouTube channel, and you can get that by going to csicorporation.com, and up in the top right, the YouTube channel is right there. But I'm going to cover today on just look at one piece of it. He actually has 7 pillars. I'm doing all 7 pillars. Some I'm doing better than others, and the ones that I'm not doing as well. Hey, Clustine, how you doing? Thanks for joining in. And the ones that I'm doing not as well, I am working on them. So today we're talking about your authority and how it's in your hands. And you can do this. It's not really that hard. It's probably doing some stuff you're already doing now or haven't been doing enough of, but you're going to be able to do it now. Something's blinking here. So what's going on? All right, cool. Here we go. This is what I am talking about. So authority marketing. Now let's kind of clear that up first. What is not showing yet? There we go. Authority Marketing 101. Authority Marketing 101 is actually taking your personal brand. Now, we always think about our businesses, right? That they're a brand. And then I know long ago it says you're not a brand, you're a marketer. Well, you are a brand. You're a brand within yourself. And your personal brand is what people buy from. People don't buy from logos. People don't buy from mission statements. They buy from people. So the more that you can actually connect with someone one-on-one, person to person, the better chance you have of being able to get them to buy from you. So authority marketing is taking your actual personal brand that you've been developing and working on and elevating it to celebrity status so that people in your industry or niche, your realm of influence know you as the go-to person, the celebrity, and they want to work with you. And actually, they're chasing after you instead of you chasing after them. So that's what authority marketing is in a nutshell. The other thing authority marketing is, it's being everywhere all the time. Every time someone turns on a Facebook Live or a podcast or goes on the internet to look for something or reads an article or looks at their favorite blogger, there you are talking about that thing that you always talk about doing, how you're going to solve the problem for your ideal perfect audience. Now, that doesn't mean this being everywhere all the time. It's being everywhere all the time where your unique perfect audience is. Remember that. You're not, if you're a confidence coach, you're not necessarily going to be where they're selling cars. You get what I'm saying? Because what's a confidence coach doing where they're selling cars, unless you're trying to get the salespeople to have confidence in selling. So it always has to be, who are you trying to get to hire you? And whoever that is, that's who you want watching you, knowing that you're everywhere, seeing that you're everywhere. So let's talk about some ways that you can be everywhere all the time. Number one way, guest on podcasts. So podcasts are everywhere. They're just exploding. I just actually got this email, and since we're going on live, I didn't have time to get the link, but I can probably put it in the comments a little bit later. But I received this message, this email from Thinkific. And if you guys don't know who Thinkific is, it's been out for a while. They started out as they were just doing like telling people how to get traffic to their blog, and the guy built it up to like over 2 million, people trafficking to their blog and all that. So then he kind of shut that down, and then he started Thinkific.com, just like it says. And they sent out an email today about how to become a guest on the top podcasts out there and build your audience. And it's a directory. And I looked at it, it's like 147 pages long. I think it's over 600 podcasts he put in there. So I haven't even looked at it yet. I just saw the email. I didn't have time to download it, but podcasts are exploding. And there are plenty of ones that you can guest on. The key to this is to guest on the podcast that your ideal perfect clients and prospects are going to listen to. So if you're not on ThinkEthic's list, I will definitely come back and put that in the link that I got, put that in the comments below so you can get it. Because I mean, it's room for all of us out there. So guesting on podcasts. Find the podcast. You can also go to, iTunes is like the biggest, that's like the mama, the grandmama, the grandfather of where the podcasts are. So iTunes has podcasts. Google even has podcasts. Blog Talk Radio, where I do my podcast, that will be on at 1:00 today. I do mine on that. They have over 8 million subscribers, so you can think how many of those people actually have a podcast. And you can just Google whatever your specific client market is, and then put podcast at the end, and you'll see how many podcasts come up. So you have your pick. So get on some podcasts right now. No, after this is over, and we're going to be done in just a little bit. The other thing is to speak. Now, I know that Celestine is a speaker, so she knows about speaking. She does speaking. But you may say, Carol, I'm not a speaker. Well, Celestine is a speaker who coaches. She told me that. But I am a strategist who speaks. There is a difference, but I speak because it's a way of marketing. Even if you don't have plans to be a keynote speaker, but you want to get out there and speak on smaller stages. Maybe you want to speak at the local Kiwanis, or you want to speak at ProWin or any other networking place. There are plenty of places out there that are looking for speakers. Just get over yourself. You're awesome. You're wonderful. You have a mouth. You have a brain, and you have experiences, and you've overcome things that people want to know about that can help lead them to them working with you. So I want you to find some places to speak, and I'm going to tell you exactly how to do it in just a little bit. But you don't have to go on live stages. You can also speak in webinars. You can speak in summits. You can speak on Facebook Lives on your own page. The thing is to just get out there, open your mouth, and start talking. Make sure you're talking to your ideal perfect clients, and make sure that you're saying things that they want to hear, so that they know they can come to you, so that you're going to solve their problem, right? Oops, I didn't show the speak thing, sorry. And the next one is, how do I get to speak? How do I get on these podcasts? Well, first thing you need to do is ask. You probably have some friends like me. I have a podcast. So if you want to be on my podcast and you want to come on and talk about how you market your business, then let me know. Put it in the comments below. Carol, I would love to be on your podcast and talk about how I market my business, my unique, perfect business, and we'll get you out there to your audience. I'm sure you have other friends who have podcasts. Get on their podcast. And what it does is it helps you to get better at telling your story, telling what you do, finding who you want to work with so that they can find you. And the other thing you can do to get on podcasts and start speaking is to pitch them. A pitch is really plain and simple. This is it. You are finding the person who's in charge of the podcast or in charge of the speaking organization or the event or the conference, and you're pitching or telling them, hey, I would love to come and speak to your audience because I am, and then you fill in the blank who you are, and then you tell them why you would be the perfect fit to come and speak to their audience. Because let's face it, everyone is tuned into that station, WIIFM. What's in it for me? So you have to turn it around and think, just because you just wrote a book, nobody cares about the book. Nobody cares about you. They're not going to just say, hey, come and speak because you wrote the book. Of course, you gain, cool points and authority just by writing the book. But you got to tell them, why does it matter if you come and talk to my audience? What are they going to walk away with? So you tell them, hey, I am so-and-so, and I work with these types of people, and your audience would benefit from talking to me because, oh, yes, Celestine, definitely. I'd love to have you on my podcast also. See, that's what I'm talking about. Take action, baby. I love that. So then you tell them, I want to be on your podcast or a part of your seminar or your summit or your workshop because I can bring this Renee. Let's see, Renee. Well, awesome. See how simple that was? I'd love to be on your podcast, right? So leave in the comments your I'll tell you what, Facebook message me. That'll be easier. Facebook message me your email, Renee Clestine. I already have yours, and I will contact you back, and we'll see what you're going to talk about. See, awesome. How easy was that, right? How easy was that? And a nice pitch, just awesome. I know about some of you I don't. And if you're listening to this on demand, it's still time. You can still time. I'm looking for guests for my podcast because I want to share with my audience how they can market their business successfully. Because guess what? I work with women entrepreneurs who struggle to market their business successfully. And what better way than to help them be successful than to be on my podcast and get known. Plus, when you're on podcast, you actually get to pitch your business. You get to give a freebie away, which gets them on your email list, which is another thing about building authority, because you have to get people on the platform that you own so you can tell them all about you, so they can fall in love with you, start buying from you, all that good stuff. So I got something special that's coming up tomorrow. I'm going to start doing this every weekend. I'm going to have a special, I have my own pillars of success, the 4 pillars of online business success, because even if you're a brick and mortar company, you have to be online. And my 4 pillars are your WOW website, content marketing, email marketing, and social media marketing. So those are the 4 pillars. So I've decided that each weekend I'm going to put something related to one of those pillars on sale for like 3 days, just the weekend. So tomorrow is going to be a very special one. It's going to be different every time. So look out for that. If you're on my Facebook page or if you're on my Unmarket Your Business group, you'll hear all about it. So finally, if you would like more information, or, hey, I don't even know what a pitch is. I don't even know what podcast to reach out to. I don't even know how I can speak. I don't even have a WOW website. Carol, help me with that. I want you to sign up for my online WOW assessment. So you can do it by going to the link that I have right there, csicorporation.com/online WOW. Did I spell it right? Yes, I did. What we're going to do is we're going to look at your website. We're going to look at your social media accounts. We're going to look at everything online that you're doing and see where you're missing out on clients and what you can do to stop that right now, because we don't want anybody missing out on clients. There are so many clients out there, and they're all there for us uniquely. Because let's look at it. How many clients would you really need to make your business successful? 10, 15, 20, 100? I recently went to Spark and Hustle. Lamar Tyler of Black and Married with Kids was there, and he was like, if you want to have a 6-figure business this year, just think about it. All you need is 100 people to pay you $1,000. Wow, the six figures right there. 100 people to pay you $1,000, or I think he said 50 people to pay you. I mean, you could go down. 20 people, 10 people. You can. I'm bad at the math, so you can do the math. So anyway, that's all I have for you today. I wanted to come out there really, really quickly, give you this information. One more thing that's coming on tomorrow, I'm going to have my sponsor for Unmarket Your Business podcast, Beryl Pleasant. She is the chief style consultant for Style with a Plum. I have to slow down because I'll just blah, blah, blah. And she's going to come on and talk about how you can look awesome and fabulous every day, because she's a style consultant, and she's going to talk about how you can look at your wardrobe and find the perfect clothing for you to wear to be awesome and fabulous. So join me again tomorrow at 11 a.m. right here. We're going to do an interview. We're supposed to do it today, but technology, things happen. So I will see you tomorrow right here at 11 a.m. And please join me at 1 p.m., which is in about 45 minutes or so, on my podcast, Unmarket Your Business. And you can get there by going to csicorporation.com/podcast. See you later. Thanks for tuning in. Bye for now.